April last year was when I decided to first start posting content on YouTube and TikTok, and I was working a job. Still working the job, but we are coming up on the 1 year anniversary from that. April, I had 0 subscribers. I started posting. I now have almost 1,500 followers on TikTok, and 100 something here on YouTube on my other account. And all of this was possible because I started posting content. If you are a young person and you want to get rich in the modern day, don't listen to your parents. Don't listen to people who you've grown up with. Don't listen to people who are poor about money because they don't know how to make money. 2026 is the year that you are going to make some progress in 3 simple steps. Now, the first step is that you need to realize that business is your only option. So, I talk to my brother and I tell him that business is the only option for it. It's become clear to me. It was in October 2024, that was when I realized that I needed to start a business. A young person, you've likely heard of it, but business is really the only endeavor that you can get successful in and really achieve things that you want, because you will become not only time free, but you'll also be location free. And business is something where it does not require your physical existence, and you can also make money based on the effort that you provide, not just the hours that you stay there. So if you need to realize, first of all, that's step 1, is realize that business is the only step forward. You've been putting it off for a while. You've likely heard Hamza, Tate, all these people talk about business and kind of think, oh, I'm not cut out for it. No, you need to realize that business is your only option forward, and for retiring your parents and retiring young for yourself. So realize that, number 1, business is the only path forward. And the thing is that business is actually quite timeless. Just the idea of helping people and getting paid for it, money, is very timeless, and business is the best way for you to do that. You need to realize that. Now, number 2 is going to be, you need to realize that content creation is the key. Question, if I say you need to create a business, the question next is, well, what is the business? What are we going to do? And the thing is that the business is you. You already have the business inside of you. You just need to enact it and put it in practice, in reality. In the same way that I would say everybody has abdominal muscles, but everyone has abs. You have the genetic makeup for looking like Mr. Olympia. Until you actually start to put it into practice, you're not actually going to see those results coming out. So that's what you need to realize, number 2, is that the business is you. And what I mean by that is that you are going to sell information. The thing that you're going to sell is information to other people and basically become an educational content creator. You're going to find your niche. So what I meant by the business is you. So something that you really, really know a lot about, or you know more than the average person about. If we were to go to Walmart or look at your entire family, let's say you know more about cosmetics and looks maxing and things like that. You know more about it than 99% of your family. If you were to say everyone in your family, who knows the least is your grandma, who knows the most is you. And by far by a margin. The same is probably true with your class. If we were to take 10 people on the street, you probably know the most about it. Okay. So what you're going to then do is start teaching other people about looks maxing and the things that you know. If you went from being, let's say, ugly to attractive, that's information right there. If you have gone from, let's say you were really skinny and you want to get really jacked, if you didn't know anything about playing the guitar and then you learned and became like a guitar hero, then all of that is information. You realize a business is just what? A transaction between 2 different people. You provide them with value, they provide you with money because it's perceived value. People need to perceive what you have as valuable. Now, you might be asking, well, why would they buy from me? And that doesn't really matter. And that it doesn't matter as much as you think, because like I said with the analogy, if you know more than most people about a certain topic, then it doesn't really matter if, let's say, you're not like the best in the world. You don't have to be Michael Jordan to teach people how to play basketball, right? I mean, people learn from high school coaches all the time. Some random coach, and he's not like the world best. So why does it matter? It shouldn't matter. All right. So you're going to become an educational content creator, and we're going to make that in your business. Business, simply put, and I will explain this in a different video, but business is you have a product, you need to sell that to people. The best way for you to do that is by being an educational content creator, making content of you teaching things. There's something called the Great Courses, where all of these high school professors basically recorded lessons of them teaching about like history, math, science, anything you think of, sewing, drawing, painting. And then what people do is that they buy it. My grandpa actually buys like DVDs, and then they put it in and they watch people teaching. So again, this is not a new phenomenon. People are doing this for years. It's just when you say YouTuber, oh, I'm a YouTuber, people like roll their eyes and they think it's not new. But this has existed for years. People have bought information. And the way that we're going to do it, oh, so I guess I spoiled it, is being a YouTuber. You realize that YouTube is the vehicle that you're going to use to deliver this product to people. So you're going to basically become a YouTuber. And it sounds very simple. Most people are YouTubers. But notice, most YouTubers are not educational content creators. A lot of YouTube content is just AI. It is entertainment, like Mr. Beast stuff. And Mr. Beast does make money, yes, from views. But you realize a lot of YouTubers are actually poor. Because, like I mentioned before, if business is just providing people with some sort of value. If all you have to provide the video, that would be one thing, and I would call you crazy. But you're not. YouTube is actually really just what we're using to cast a wide net to collect views. Those people watch those videos. What you then do after a while of posting content is you're going to create a course, like a link. I know it sounds cliche. You're going to, or some sort of product. It doesn't have to be a course. You create a product, and then you promote it. So let's say you're talking, you're like, oh, I'm a really great guitar player. You're telling about how the best way to play the guitar this way. Oh, by the way, if you would like more information about that, there's a link in my comments down below I made a course on how you can go from complete novice to guitar hero. See, there you go. And that is how you make most of your money. Most YouTubers don't do that because they're like Mr. Beast Entertainment. They just make video essays. They do things like that. Things that I'm not going to say are irrelevant, but they're not making money. And you don't really have a course to sell. This is more of a business where you think of yourself as a teacher. Imagine if, let's say, the pandemic existed like forever, it was permanent. Teachers would then start teaching you online. In fact, I'll give you a perfect example. There are a lot of history teachers, when we were in history class, they would show us these YouTube videos of someone like explaining the Civil War or Alexander the Great. And when they would do that, you realize they're getting a YouTube channel where someone's making a YouTube video and showing it to you. So if they can teach things, why can't you? In fact, they actually have less to sell because they teach history. Okay, I learned how many hairs are on Napoleon's nutsack. Like, okay, like what? I actually like Napoleon, so ignore that joke. But the point is basically, if you're teaching something, you have a product to sell inherently because people want to buy things to learn to be more like you. If you sell them a certain lifestyle, that is exactly what I did with my fitness channel, where I grew it, I created a course, and then sold it to people. I sold it to people to buy, and they buy it looking to achieve a certain result in a niche or a field. Those are going to be your 3 steps. I understand that this is a small YouTube channel. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I hope you know that if you're watching this video, you're one of the very rare few, and if you commit yourself, you are one of the rare few who are going to actually get rich in the next 5 years. This is very rare. This is not very common. People don't really talk about this stuff. Teachers don't talk about this stuff on how to get rich very young. But you and I are going to do this because not only do we have the key to do it, if you have the determination to get rich, you can't help but have it happen. It's going to happen. All right. So, implement these 3 things. Realize that you need to do business, become an educational content creator, and then use YouTube as a platform for you to teach your content.